Hello and welcome back to the Tim Tom podcast. You here, Tom?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good, Gucci. So today, it's
Well, it depends
gonna
what time you're listening.
yeah, whatever time of day or night you're listening, we are going to be talking about XXL Freshmen. It's an interesting shorter episode, like a little one. Just like we're both been pretty busy. I just got back from university yesterday and I'm still a bit dead. But I think it could be interesting. We have a fair bit to talk about. It's not going to be as long as some of the previous episodes. I'm hoping it to be around like 20, 25 minutes. Yeah, we're going to talk about what we find to be the best classes, the worst classes, best ciphers, worst ciphers, and then we're going to do some 2019 predictions. What the class is going to be like, who's going to be on it, what the cipher is going to be like.
Should be fun.
And we hope, obviously, if you listen to our podcast pretty regularly, then you either like our bubbly personalities or you're a big fan of hip hop. And I think it's the latter more so than the former. So you'll probably be up to date on this as like I attempt to be as up to date as I. No, I'm just like a tiny bit up to date. I can't really talk about many of these things, but essentially you'll recognize some of the names and you'll know who we're talking about, and you might enjoy this too. And feel free to drop your suggestions for anyone you think we should listen to or like should be on this. If you feel there's been a great injustice, like Lil Xan not being included on this, which I think is frankly just appalling.
It's ridiculous.
The amount of stuff that man has done for hip hop in general,
and is in no way an industry plant.
No. Just like stop not giving him the credit he deserves. Lil Xan won XXL freshman place.
Maybe he's too big now.
Maybe. Oh, there is another I saw a guy who's he's one of the people you can vote for. He looks like Lil Pump but with blue hair.
Yeah, I saw him.
I heard he's an industry plant. Someone said
really?
that.
Oh shit.
Icy Narco, yeah, I heard someone say Icy
Narco
is an industry plant.
We'll get to the future later. Let's start.
Okay, yeah, my bad. Okay.
The worst.
Let's start off with the worst because
get the crud out of the way.
Yeah, but also
for those that don't know, just quickly, XXL is a magazine, and every year they put out a list of who they think will be the next best rappers.
Yeah,
they have a decent success rate.
I don't know if it's necessarily about best rappers. It's more like most likely to be successful.
Yeah, I suppose so. It's a bit like a yearbook type thing.
Yeah,
they do in America.
Yeah.
There've been some good years where they've got loads of stars.
Yeah,
but there's also been some dross years where hardly anyone's come out of it.
Terrible years, and also in like the very early years, like I don't know. Maybe you guys will know. Tom knows some of them, but like I have no idea about the first 2 years. Besides, like Kid Cudi in 2009.
Well, we got Lil Boosie in who's still very famous.
Also, and
he made the song "Wipe You
Down" 2009.
And Lupe Fiasco in 2007, as well as Papoose, who's more famous for marrying Remy Ma than anything else, but he's there still.
It really seems to have kicked off with like from 2010 onwards. I mean, 2010 you have J. Cole, Nipsey Hussle, Freddie Gibbs, Big Sean, and then 2011 you have, among others,
this is a god tier though. To be fair,
Mac Miller, Lil Peep, Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. And then from there, like it's generally like it's the hottest people from the previous year are on the next year. So that's how it kind of works. You know,
although I think recently they've had to scrape the barrel a little more. Now, for me personally, I've decided, and I think this is quite a popular opinion, that 2015 was the worst year.
I mean, it has
money,
Vince Staples and Goldlink.
Two artists I really like, who you just said, in Vince Staples and Goldlink.
I have no idea who anyone else is besides Fetty Wap, but Fetty Wap, like, I'd never listened to his stuff, and I'm pretty sure it was terrible.
It was. I think the same could be said for Dejloaf as well.
Yeah.
And then guys like Rory that everyone just hated from the moment they came out because they were an industry plant. And then the rest of them no one even knows. So for me, those are the only two really that Massive on that cover, and I like them quite a lot actually. But I think the rest, sort of, what I've heard is not that good.
Yeah, I think I appreciate 2015 being a really rough year. I think 2017 was a bad year as well, despite it has Playboy Carti on it and
Some of our favorite artists.
I don't listen to Amine, but I know like he's like I know he's good and he has a dedicated fan base, and it also
I quite
has
like Anime. Ugly God as well. I quite like.
But I don't think it's that strong a year, and like we're going to the ciphers, but that's by far like the worst cipher. Like, well, it has one of the worst ciphers on it. I think I don't know. I really don't know anyone from 2007, so I'm not inclined to pick that. And then I think yeah, I think I'll agree with you actually. That it's either 2015 or 2017 are the worst years. Like even yeah, even some of the people I don't like, I think some of them they've had like good performances on the ciphers. Which although the cipher doesn't count for anything, I like listening to it, and it's like get a feel for the artist by how well they can freestyle. So I think that works. And there've been some people who I'd never listened to who I thought actually okay, you're not actually that bad, because some of these ciphers are freaking terrible. But yeah,
I
okay.
think 2017 is an interesting one that you brought up because that was the first time I saw it, and like everyone every music person I like on YouTube was ranting about how bad the list was.
Yeah,
I hadn't really seen
it's pretty much
that much.
It's nearly all mumble rappers, you know.
And I mean, you don't really know hardly like who's around anymore. XXX is literally dead.
But also at that time, 2017, XXX Tentacion had released like Look at Me. He was in that phase of doing really edgy stuff before he kind of mellowed his stuff out and became a bit more mainstream with his second album. I'm pretty sure that happened. Here, like, he has the edgiest performance you've ever seen. Literally stops the cipher to just like give these apocalyptic, like prophetic. I don't know. It's so edgy, man. It's
and
really.
That's after A Boogie Ugly God have ruined Playboy Carti's godlike cipher.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I don't think the cipher should have even been done for that year because Playboy Carti is not a lyrical rapper. He uses his voice like an instrument, and it does not lend itself well to a cipher.
He has bars.
I actually don't know. I can say off the top of my head a single bar is said besides I'm gonna go, that from the best song ever, R.I.P. I'm gonna go frick that lady.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah, so it had one good cipher this year. That year, even the one with Kyle and Amine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just I like the ciphers, like you said. They're good to like listen to.
And also sometimes the people have sometimes the artists have some great chemistry, and you can see them like enjoying each other's ciphers, talking about them and ad-libbing over them. That specifically on 2016, the one with Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Yachty, Kodak Black, Denzel Curry, and 21 Savage. I think they're all together. Like Kodak Black's ad-libbing over Lil Uzi Vert, I think,
and moaning about the beat as well.
Yeah, that's all it's cipher. It's like the last way. It's like, who put on this sorry ass beat? And then he says something and it ends. I thought that's my favorite. I think that's my favorite class.
They could be a boy band.
One of my favorite. It's my favorite cipher just because they're all having so much fun. And Denzel Curry starts off so well with this great freestyle, and then the others are all just like, just doing like whatever they want over it. And it's none of them seem to be taking it as seriously. But also like Denzel Curry is more of a lyrical rapper, whereas the others are more like I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of mumbling, vibing, but it's not necessarily bad. It's just good in a different way. I don't think you can make a direct comparison between them because they're creating a different project.
Interestingly, it's XXL's most viewed video by about 20 million views.
Even more than last year's with Lil Pump on it.
Hell yeah.
Damn. Lil Pump's cipher was terrible. I remember. I don't even think it looked like it was that funny. Like, also 2016 had a really funny bar from Anderson .Paak. He doesn't perform like that well on the cipher at all, in my opinion. He's slow. He's kind of figuring out what to do. I don't think he's like suited to freestyling. But he comes out with this bar about having sex with a fleshlight because he's sad. And then like Lil Dicky's like, "Did you just say you have sex with a fleshlight?" And he's like, "Yeah, because I'm sad." He's like, "Okay." Yeah, no, I thought that was a pretty solid year. I think 2016 is my favorite cipher. 2013 is another good one, and 2011.
There's one that has
Great,
Yellow Wolf, Kendrick Lamar, Lil B, and Sci-Hi the Prince. That's pretty...
Yeah, and Lil B follows Kendrick Lamar on that, and
that's all you need.
That's kind of all you need. 2013 was good, the one which had Action Bronson and wait, who was
Badass, Absol, and Travis Scott all together.
Yeah.
I mean, that was probably. I think I might go with that as my favorite class.
I will not I do not have a problem with that. That's another great.
I know it had Trinidad James, who was a one-hit wonder.
Well, you look at everyone.
Right, who was for some reason the 10th spot voted for, but I don't even know if he's ever released a project. But Angel Hayes, who kind of had like 4 hits and then dipped.
But everyone else has been like,
come on,
huge
Schoolboy Q, you got Logic on here, you got Chief Keef, the legend as well.
Absol, Joey Badass.
Yeah, man.
It's insane. Like, if we're talking about a successful group, 2012 has Future and Danny Brown on it.
That's another year that had bad ciphers.
Yeah.
It was like Danny Brown and Hopsin. Everyone else sucked.
Yeah.
And Hopsin sucks generally, so...
Kendrick Lamar has an interesting cipher. It's like, he really goes in and he has the mic for quite a while on his one. It's good. But like, again, there's not many people who stand out against it. I'd agree with you. 2013, like the talent. Then 2016, just for being really entertaining to watch. And that's why 2013 or 2016 is my favorite class as well. I think they're tied. They're good in different ways. Or maybe perhaps 2013 is the best class. Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree with you on that.
And then 16 will be your favorite cipher.
Yeah, definitely.
I think mine is probably the 2014 one with Chance the Rapper, fresh off dropping Acid Rap. This was probably when he was at his most insane. Had a Zay Rashad in it as well. And Vic Mensa and August Alsina and Kevin Gates all together. And I think, again, like that, like you said, they were sort of vibing with each other.
Yeah, they really do in that one. But Chance really steals the show.
Really compliments Zay Rashad by saying, he's a monster. After he finished his verse. Yeah, it was just
Chance really does steal the show on that one, though. He's the last up to freestyle, and he freestyles for a good while. He's good. He's a good guy. But yeah, I just coming back to like 2017, like it just you were saying before the podcast, like essentially the cipher isn't used as a way of ranking people. It's just a fun thing they do, and I agree with that. But I really think they should. I think some people just aren't suited to it at all. Like, it makes Playboi Carti look so bad.
You can't be doing that.
No, you can't be. You can't be.
But he got on this off the back of Magnolia, and that was it.
Yeah,
which is pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But they, as you could probably see, they really scraped the barrel this year. I'd never heard of Made in Tokyo before or after. Same with Cap G, who doesn't exist anymore as far as I'm aware.
No,
X is
never
dead.
Heard of
Yeah, he sucks as well. Same with A Boogie and Kamaya.
Yeah.
And then you got Carl, who I actually listened to his album and it sucked. So, I mean, that wasn't a good year.
No, it was not a good year.
I think the last year's wasn't too bad. You had JID.
Yep, JID.
Lil Pump, of course.
And Smoke Perp together on it. Yeah, it's not bad. And Trippie Redd, although I really haven't listened to Trippie Redd at all. But like, yeah, I mean, so the year before, Playboi Carti got on it with like an EP, and Ski Master Slump God has a few albums, and he's finally on it, which is pretty interesting.
So who would you like to follow this up and be on the 2019 list?
Having looked at like who you can vote for on and we have voted. We've done our part.
Well, the voting period's finished now, I believe.
Yeah, but the ones who I really hope are on it are like out of everyone, the two who really stand out to me are Rico Nasty and Tierra Whack. I really hope they're both on it. Rico, like, just because they're gonna bring great energy, different energies. Like Tierra Whack had an amazing verse on Yellow Bellies on Flamagra, and Rico is just like insane in the best way. She has this like, she's hype, man. She has great energy. I think Juice WRLD would be interesting if he were on it. I don't really know how well he'd be suited to a cipher, but I mean, we've
He
seen
can rap well when he wants to.
Okay. And then I mean, I've seen Rico Nasty freestyle on the Cave, which is great. I think I wouldn't mind if Gunna and Lil Baby were on it, but Lil Baby isn't on it. That was on a leaked one that I sent to you, which you find highly doubtful.
I mean, we all want Lil Xan to make it, but I find it highly unlikely.
He deserves it. He really does deserve it.
I think maybe he's too big at this point. Once people start thinking you're the greatest, you know what? Do you need to be a freshman anymore?
The bigger you are, the harder you fall as well. It's like Icarus. Lil Xan flew too close to the sun. And then, I think I'm fairly certain Bad Baby's gonna be on it, just because. Well, she had a decent single that she dropped last year, which we reviewed. Where she actually
had a few big features as well, and like she had a song with Kodak Black, but he wasn't in the video, but instead DMX was, which was another weird.
That's interesting.
But I think she's people are hating her less. Like last year, last year her pitch was the most disliked by a long way. This time, I think there's a good chance of the top 10. Yeah. I think she could make it, but there's people that everyone hates far more, like Kid Buu.
But literally everyone knows her. Like, you can't not know her, so she's gonna get votes for that.
She's got a project out as well now, so I mean.
Really, what is it?
Oh, she released a mixtape last year before we started.
Ah. Then Blueface.
I've been
I know you like Blueface.
To listen to at least one song from everyone.
No, I mean
on the list. No, I have.
Oh right. Oh god.
Well, not all the way through. Some of them were
the snippets
terrible. But like, I think Blueface is a dead cert to be on there.
Yeah, I really don't get that though. I listened to a bit of his stuff like just before the podcast. I don't get it. I don't see what his thing is. I don't think he. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind.
I don't know. Everyone loves his flows and the fact he doesn't ride on the beat. So he became a meme, and then people started like I like Thotiana personally.
I don't know. I recognize Thotiana. I don't really get it. I don't really like it. I think Comethazine could be on it. He had a big track with ASAP Rocky, and he had some pretty good bars in it. Like
he actually has two mixtapes out as well, so it's not like he's not done anything.
No. Then I don't think Icy Narco is going to be on it, and I really hope he isn't.
So someone thinks he's an industry plant.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Some people also think that that Lil Pump is an industry plant though. I don't know who this Matt Ops guy is. Then there's
he's like just started secondary school or whatever the equivalent is.
What? Jesus Christ! He's too young to be in all this. In the reckless world of the cutthroat world of music.
The ones I really hope make it. I really hope, as well as Rico and Tierra Whack, I really like Benny the Butcher to be on there. He's an actual just classic New York style MC. Mm-hmm. He's already got the backing of The Alchemist, who was on his project last year, did some production.
I mean, it sounds pretty like plausible, you know.
And he was.
Then
I also like the baby. I think he's a good rapper.
okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know barely anyone on this this like potential freshman class. There's so many as well. It's one thing I like is how many. It's a good mix of like men and women. There's it's not. It doesn't seem like there's too many. It doesn't seem out of imbalanced, which I think is good.
I think this year they can quite easily have 2 or 3 women on it this year, whereas usually they have like a token one.
I think they're really missing a trick if they don't put Rico on it.
I think she's one of the ones that are dead cert to be on there. I think if Juice WRLD or Gunna want to be on it, then they will be.
Yeah.
I think the same for Rico. Although she did a pitch, so I assume she does want to be on it.
Mm.
And she almost certainly will be. I think she's one of she's one of the biggest ones on there.
Definitely.
And her fan base is only growing, so it would make sense.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, she's doing Afropunk in Paris this year, isn't she?
Mhm.
Yeah, she's really going from strength to strength. Just dropped anger management as well. I think it's going to be an interesting year. It's not going to be as bad as 2017. I think it's going to be kind of one of the middling years. I don't think it's going to be anything too special, but I'm very interested to see who makes it on it, and I'm interested to see how the cipher works because I think it could actually be pretty good. I think I'd like to see just like how some of these people are going to play off each other, and I think like it'd be pretty cool. Yeah,
I don't know who decides it though, because some of the matchups have been pretty terrible over the years. Like who put poor Anderson .Paak with Design and Lil Dicky?
I mean, Lil Dicky wasn't even that bad on it though. He's one of the guys I want to say. Like I'd never listened to him before, and I thought he actually wasn't that bad. And I think he actually had like one of the better performances. Designer was just terrible, but yeah, Andy didn't do as well as I hoped he would have. And Lil Dicky actually had he was spitting pretty decently. I think it's going to be very interesting.
Of all the white rappers, the only good one is Iggy Azalea.
Okay.
No, Logic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, no. I don't know. Is Logic's biracial?
Have you seen the amount of petitions asking to get rid of his N-word pass?
I don't know. He dropped M-bombs on his. I've never listened to Logic. I know. I just know he's a bit of a meme. That's literally it. There's one thing I hope, like, I'm hoping it's gonna be a good year. I'm very much looking forward to the cipher because I love the ciphers.
I hope no one's a bitch like Trippie Redd and decides not to do it just because the beat was trash.
Yeah, see, that's a joke. Even Kodak Black, he dissed the beat and then he did something over it for a few seconds. At least did a bit.
You know, that's what you got to do. Not just say no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it's what he opened his freestyle with. It's great, and I really hope someone can top Anderson .Paak's line about having sex with a fleshlight. That's what I hope. I want some dumbass lines which people say without thinking. That's what I'm hoping because like people freak out in the freestyles if they don't know what they're doing. If they're not used to it, they'll just freak out and say whatever comes to their head, and they'll say something really dumb. And it's really funny.
Most of them just write their freestyles beforehand.
Yeah, but
like I can't imagine Playboy Carti would have come up with all those questions off the top of his head.
I don't know. I reckon he's gifted enough to do it. He's definitely.
The same for Lil Pump. He definitely wrote.
Oh, did he get someone else? Did he get the industry to write it for?
Get a ghostwriter.
Ghostwriter to write his freestyle. Oh, I think it's going to be an interesting year, Tom, and I'm looking forward to it.
And I'm sure we'll talk about it.
We will. Do you know when it's gonna? Do you know
it's meant to be out this month at some point. I don't know any more than that.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be very interesting. And with that, I think we've talked long enough about it. Yeah, I've been Tim.
I've been Tom.
And
Bad Baby better make the cover.
Okay, peace out.